Hi, writers. Welcome back to Writing. Today, we're going to continue talking about fiction stories, and we're going to focus today on learning how to plan and organize a story the same way that real authors plan and organize stories before they start writing. I'm also going to show you a story that I planned and organized for myself so that you get a little bit more of an example of how to plan and write a fiction story. So let's get started. All right, so we're talking about fiction stories, which are stories that are made up with made up characters and made up settings and made up problems and solutions. This requires you to really be imaginative and create a character that doesn't really exist in the world. You're making them up, just like Dogman or Poppleton or Mercy or any characters that you have met in the stories that you've been reading that are made up. They're not real. We know that a fiction story has four elements or four parts. The first is characters, which are the stars of the show. It's who or what the story is mainly about. They're the ones that do the talking and do the actions in the story. Then we have a problem. The character in the story always has a problem or something that's wrong or some trouble that he gets into, which is making it hard for that character to get what they really want and to make the character feel happy and good. So it's something that goes wrong in the story that needs to be fixed. And then if there's a problem, the story has to have a solution, right? The character has to take some steps or do some actions to solve their problem and get what they want. And last, the story has to have a setting. Where is all this happening? Where is the character having its problem and solving the problem? Where is all of it happening? They're not just floating out there in space. They need a background. They need a setting of where all this is happening. When authors write fiction stories, they don't just start writing right away. First, they plan an idea for a story. They take some time and they really think about the characters, the problem, the solution, the setting, and then they write it all out organized, and then they start writing. So here I have a story elements organizer, which kind of separates the characters, the problem, the solution, and the setting. Now, since we're not at school, I can't give you a paper that looks like this, but you can certainly make a paper like this at home, or you could just type it on the computer, write the word characters and then write your characters, write the word problem and then write your problem. We'll go over that at the end of this video, so just keep following along for now. So first, they plan an idea for a story. They really think hard about who the character is, what kind of personality the character is going to have, like who it is on the outside, what they look like on the outside, but also who are they on the inside? What character traits do they have? Are they brave? Are they adventurous? Are they shy? Are they messy? Are they clean? Are they helpful? Are they kind? Like, who are they on the inside? And then based on who that character is on the inside, what kind of problems might this character have, right? If they're a shy character, maybe a problem is that they have to perform a play on stage, but they're feeling really shy. And maybe they take some steps to get unshy and solve their problem so that they can shine. And in that case, their setting would be at school because they're putting on a play. But there's a lot to think about when planning an idea for a story. We read Harry the Dirty Dog this week during reading for our read aloud. And we visualized this story as we were reading it. And the reason we were able to visualize it so well is because Jean Zion, the author, did a really good job of describing the characters, describing the problem and the solution, and also giving us an idea of where the setting was, where the story was taking place. So how do we think he might have planned his story before he started writing it, right? How did he plan Harry the Dirty Dog? He didn't just start writing, he planned it first. What do you think he might have said to himself while he was planning? Well, maybe he said, first, I need a character, and I want that character to be an animal. And I really like dogs, so maybe my character will be a dog. But what will the dog look like? The dog will be white with black spots. And he's going to be a dog who hates baths. He's going to be a dog who likes to be dirty. He doesn't like to be clean. He hates baths. That's going to be my character. So, in my character box, I would write Harry, that's his name. He's a white dog with black spots. That's what he looks like on the outside. And on the inside, he's a dog who hates baths. Awesome. Now I need to come up with a problem for this character. If this character hates baths and he doesn't like to be clean, maybe his problem can be that he gets so dirty that his family doesn't recognize him anymore. That's a good problem. Let me write that down. So then in the problem box, I wrote, Harry gets too dirty and his family doesn't recognize him. Okay, well, now I need a solution. That's a big problem, that his family doesn't recognize him because he's too dirty. So I need a solution. How can Harry fix this problem? What are the steps he can take? Well, maybe he finds the brush that he buried and he takes it up into the bathtub so that his family knows that he wants to take a bath. That's a good idea. So under solution, maybe I can say, Harry digs up the brush that he buried and runs to the bathtub for a bath. I think that's a great idea. Now, I need a setting. Where is all this going to happen? Where is Harry going to get a bath? How is he going to get dirty? Where is all this going to happen? So I'm thinking that the setting obviously has to be in the house, in the bathtub, but he also has to get dirty somewhere. So maybe he gets dirty because he roams all around his town, going to different places in the town. So maybe the setting would be a house and places in the town. Now, I didn't write a lot of details here because I'm not writing my story yet. I'm just planning it. So I just wrote big ideas about the problem and the solution and the setting and the character. When I actually write my story, I'll stretch all of that out and tell you about which places in the house the story takes place and which places in the town Harry goes and gets dirty and why he buries his brush in the beginning. All right, so I'll stretch all that out with details when I write the story, but here in my organizer, I'm just writing the big ideas for my story. So now watch me plan a fiction story of my own. I'm gonna plan my own fiction story, and then you're gonna plan a story, and then you'll write it, all right? So the first thing I need to think about is a character. So, my character is gonna be a girl named Ray and a cat, her cat named Chiku. So here we go. My characters are a girl named Ray and a cat named Chiku, okay? And Ray and Chiku love each other so much. They're like best friends, kind of like me and Gandu. I actually used me and my Gandu as inspiration. I used me and Gandu to help create a new character that's kind of like me and Gandu. They're like me, but they're also going to be different than me and Gandu. Let's see how I do that. Now I need to think of a problem that Ray and Chiku have. So let me think. Oh, maybe Chiku's lost. Maybe Chiku doesn't come greet her in the morning like he always does. Maybe something's wrong. Maybe he's lost. So maybe my problem is going to be that Ray wakes up and can't find Chiku anywhere. Okay? I'll tell you more about that when I actually write the story. Right now, I'm just planning. Now, how is she going to fix this problem? How is she going to find Chiku? What steps is Ray going to take to try to find Chiku? Maybe she'll look everywhere and then finally use treats to find Chiku. So maybe my solution is going to be Ray looks everywhere and then leaves a trail of treats to find Chiku. So now we know that Chiku really loves treats. Now, when and where is this story going to happen? What is my setting? Well, my setting, of course, is going to be in my house, right? It's going to be at Ray's house. Not my house, sorry, Ray's house. This is about Ray, not me. It's going to be in Ray's house. Awesome. Now I've planned my story. Now I know what I'm going to be writing about when I actually start writing my story, which is what I'm going to do next. But first, it's your turn. Oh, it's Ray's house on a summer morning. Okay, sorry. Now it's your turn. Today, you're gonna start to plan your second story. You've already written one story on Monday. You wrote a story. Today, you're gonna start a second story. It's okay if you're not done your first story. You're still gonna start your second story. okay? But first you're gonna plan it with characters, problem, solution, and a setting. And so first you'll start by thinking of a character. Then you'll think of a problem that he or she could have. Then you'll think of a solution to fix the problem. And then last, you'll figure out, where is all this gonna happen? What is the setting of your story gonna be? Once you plan your story, you'll start writing it. All right, so I'm gonna show you how you're gonna do this in Dojo, okay? So I'm gonna share my screen so that you can see what your Dojo would look like, okay? So here's your Dojo. I'm logged on as Miss Camdar because I had to create my own account to show you this, okay? So when you log on, you'll see this. You'll go to view all down here so you can see all of your assignments. And then you'll go down here to where it says fiction story number 2. And in the directions, it says plan and write your second fiction story. Think of characters, problem, solution, and a setting, then start writing your story. So here I go. Here, I don't have an organizer, so I'm just gonna start typing. First, characters. So I'm gonna write characters, and then I'm gonna put a dash. And I'm gonna say my character is Ray and her cat, Chiku. Okay? Then, my problem. So then I'll write the word problem, I'll put enter, and then I'll say, actually, I don't wanna leave a space in between. I'll put it right underneath. Problem is that Ray wakes up and can't find Chiku anywhere. Now I need a solution. So I'm going to write my solution on the next line. My solution is that Ray looks everywhere and leaves a trail of treats. That's her solution. And then my setting is Ray's house on a summer morning. Okay, so here I didn't have an organizer, but I still typed out my character, my problem, my solution, and my setting. Now I can skip a line and start writing my story. One summer morning, Ray woke up to the sun shining in her face. Yawn. She took a big stretch and wondered why Chiku hadn't come to greet her like he always does. And then I would keep going, writing my story, telling about my characters, telling about the problem they have and the steps that they take to solve the problem. All right, boys and girls? Awesome. So you're gonna get started today. Go ahead, log into your Class Dojo student portfolio, think of a character, problem, setting, solution, and then start writing your story. I can't wait to read your second story. Happy writing. Bye, friends.